Hi y'all, my name is Phelmingo Flemmings and I hope y'all are having a splendid day. Now today I'm here to read you all a very special story called Tango Makes Three. So why don't we settle down and we'll begin reading in just one moment. Now come on. Oh, hello little one.
Wait.
What's your name?
Bingo.
Well, Bingo, you've come just in time. We're just about to begin. Now, in New York, there's a great big park called Central Park. And it has a toy boat pond for kids to sail their boats on, and a carousel to ride on in the summer, and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. But best of all, it has its very own zoo. And families of all kinds every day go and visit that zoo and the animals inside. But children and their parents aren't the only families that go to the zoo. The animals in the zoo have families of their own. There are red panda moms and dads with furry red panda cub babies. There are monkey moms and monkey dads raising furry monkey cubs. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top Tamaranian families too.
What's a cotton-top tamarind?
A cotton-top Tamaranian, Bingo, is a monkey. It looks a little bit like this drawing over here.
Oh, I thought it was a bird.
It can sound a bit like a bird name. Now, in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Each year, at the very same time, the boy penguins start noticing the girl penguins, and the girl penguins start noticing the boys. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. But there were two penguins who were a little bit different. One was named Raw, the other was named Silo. Raw and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other and walked together. They sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Raw went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the penguins didn't spend much time with them. But still, they wound their necks around each other. Mr. Gramsci, the zookeeper, saw this and thought to himself, "They must be in love."
Why did you make that voice?
I was just trying to do some characters, Bingo. Did you not like it?
I liked it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Raw and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home for themselves. So they built a nest of stones, and every night they slept there together, and every morning they woke up together. But one day, Raw and Silo noticed the other penguin couples could do something they could not. The mommy penguin would lay an egg, and she and the daddy penguin would take turns sitting on the egg and making sure it stayed warm. And then a chick would hatch out. Raw and Silo had no egg to sit on. They had no chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, though, Raw found something he thought looked like what the other penguins were hatching, but it was only a rock. However, Raw and Silo sat on it and sat and sat, but nothing happened because it was just a rock. So then, Mr. Gramsci had an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for. Raw and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest and turned it every day so each side stayed warm. Some days sorry about that. Some day Raw sat on the egg, and other days Silo would go for food. And they'd take turns each day. They sat at noon, they sat in the morning, they sat at night, they sat at the beginning of the month, they sat at the end of the month, and they sat all the days in between. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from the egg. Peep, 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 peep. The egg said, "Squawk! Squawk!" Roy and Silo called back, "Peep, peep, peep, peep." The egg responded. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg's shell. It got bigger and bigger. Then suddenly, crack! Out came a very small baby penguin. It had fuzzy, grey feathers, and a funny little black beak. Roy and Silo were now fathers. "We'll call her Tango," Mr. Gramsci decided. "'Cause it takes two to make a tango." Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry, and they'd feed her and cuddle her and love her, and make sure she was nice and safe at night. Soon enough, Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest, and Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguins. And the children in the zoo would come and see them, and greet this new penguin. "Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango!" they cheered. And at night, Roy, Silo, and Tango all cuddled each other, like all the families in the zoo, and all the families in New York City, and they went to bed.
What happens next?
Oh, Bingo, we don't know what happens next. That's the end of the story.
Oh,
Did you have fun, Bingo?
yes, I like it.
Well, you'll have to come along next time for our next story.